to Hank Jr. on Hank's Corner.
Hello, everyone. I'm Hank Jr., part of Hank Jr. Productions, where I'm documenting life's moments through photography, videography, and, of course, podcasting. And I want to welcome you to the 171st episode of Hank's Corner. And this is going to be a great one. Every now and then I get the honor to bring back a guest. And if you remember way back to episode 106, this artist was my special guest for my birthday episode. She is one of the hardest working entertainers in country music. She has a new album out, which her latest videos have over 1 million views each. Please welcome back to the podcast, Hank's Corner, Ashley Wineland. Ashley, how are you?
I'm doing good. It's so great to be here. Crazy to think that it's almost been 70 whole episodes since we've had the pleasure of talking. So I think it was about time.
Yeah, definitely. And, 70 episodes could be a little bit of a misleading number no matter what, but it has been about 2 years. So, we had my birthday celebration then, and I hate to say it, but I've had a couple more anniversaries of that birth date. But, your birthday is coming up, March 30th, correct? Am I right on that one?
Yeah, you nailed it. Look at
All
you.
right. So happy birthday to you.
You.
You have any plans to celebrate it, or you're just going to be out there working hard on the road again?
No, luckily I'm at home for my birthday, so I have some celebrations planned with family and friends. So I'm looking forward to that. And then, right after that, we get right back into doing business stuff. But I'm happy to take a weekend to just celebrate and enjoy before getting right back into, tour prep and everything for this upcoming season.
Yeah, and I didn't mean to tease you because I know I had a German chocolate cake slice here on the side that I wish I could have shared with you. But what is your birthday cake of choice?
Ooh, personally, if I ever gravitate towards it, I usually do like a strawberry with cream cheese frosting cake. That to me is just like a classic. Can eat it anytime, all the time, and be happy.
Yeah, and do you get a good location out there where you're at to get those good strawberry cakes?
Yeah, I kind of hop around depending. Sometimes it's like we'll just make it here at the house. Sometimes we'll get it from some bakeries nearby. There's a couple in my neighborhood that are really, really good at what they do. So
yeah, and I kind of know the area that you're, tuning in from, and but let the viewers know where are you actually calling in from, because you actually could be anywhere in the country the way you're going, but.
I know, yeah, definitely with our schedule, I could be anywhere. But no, today I'm in my home state of Arizona. I am from the Phoenix area, so right in the heart of the valley. So that is where I'm tuning in from today. It's all nice and hot and steamy already. So I'm enjoying being inside right now.
Is it never hot in Phoenix? I mean, I know it's got some cool nights in the winter time, but it's every time I've been there, it's been excruciating hot.
The last couple days, it's been like 105, which even for this time of year is so extremely unusual. Like
Wow.
We usually are warm, but we're not that hot kind of deal. Usually 100s don't come around till like May. So we're all just kind of sitting here going, well, I wonder what kind of summer it's going to be.
Yeah, and I've seen on your socials that makes it very difficult for artists who are preparing for like Christmas songs and Christmas stuff to get in the mood when it's summertime, but even more so for you when it's over 100 degrees.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I feel for any artists who are developing Christmas projects this year because traditionally speaking, you're supposed to do like your videos and your tracking for all that sort of stuff in the middle of the summertime, and I'm like, is absolutely no way you're gonna catch me in a sweater and like mittens and stuff in this heat already. No.
Yeah, and I bring up location. Those that follow me know that I'm somewhere in the Tampa Bay area, just a little corner that I have to myself. And I say that because you started off 2026 in Florida this year out there in St. Augustine. And I'm so sorry that I did not get the opportunity to get out there because I really want to see you. But you gotta make your way to Tampa. But how was that to start the year off in Florida?
I was going to say, I'm like, Tampa was not really all that close to exactly where we were, but it was so much fun. It was a real pleasure to be able to actually like kick off the new year with having some shows out of state. So the band and I got to go on a couple week run doing a couple of shows in Florida. We actually did like New Year's Eve in Missouri. I almost said Kansas. Kansas City. Same area. Same, right? It was in Missouri though. But yeah, no, it was a lot of fun. I love Florida. Florida always treats me very well. We actually have been working with some events for future shows in Florida. So I don't know how much closer off the top of my head we're going to get to Tampa, but I think we're a little bit more south. Maybe it might be a little less crazy of a drive for you.
Yeah, I definitely would like to get out there and do it. And I know the last time we had talked, you had just come off a tour that kind of ended in Florida where you got to go to Disney to celebrate that. And then did you get to go to Disney again to start this one?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, that one worked out really well the last time I was here because it was like we did 6 months of touring and we finished in Florida, and it just happened to coincide with my mom's 50th birthday. So we were just all like, let's just go celebrate. Let's celebrate the end of tour. Let's celebrate her birthday. We drove down, got to celebrate at Disney. But yeah, no, unfortunately, budget doesn't allow for us to do that every time we make our way.
Yeah, because I believe they had a bunch of fireworks for you at the end of the day to celebrate, right? That was all for you?
They should have. Yeah, absolutely. Those ones you see every night. If you look really close and you squint really hard, it spells out Ashley Wineland in the sky.
Oh, I bet they do. It was all for you. I know that. And of course, the last time we talked, I said, we got some catching up to do. We were talking about, your releases at the time. I'm going home. And we talked about the Spanish thing as well. But yeah, I know. See, that's how much time. But you have a new album out, self-titled Wineland. Tell us a little bit about this and, because it was a hard time coming for you. Like, I know you really wanted to get this out, and was it everything you hoped for? And are you excited that it's having the success that it's having?
Thankfully, it was everything I hoped for. I mean, after working on it for 3 years, I would hope it ended up being everything I'd hoped for. But yeah, no, I mean, it's insane the journey from, to your point, when we last spoke, and that whole project going into this one, Wineland, it's just like, to me, in my mind and musically where I'm at, almost like night and day difference. And just the songs that I'm doing and writing and even production. I've had the pleasure of working with Marty Fredrickson, who's working out of Sienna Studios in Nashville for this record. And we're actually even already working on more music as we speak. So it's just a really cool culmination of just my growth as an artist and getting to explore some new sounds for myself, especially as I'm sitting here planning tours and live shows, to have music that I just feel like really adds an extra zest and life into our live performances. It's been great. And yeah, the record came out in early February, so it's just a baby. It's not all that old yet. So to have it have the amount of love that it has gotten from the fans and to see people respond to the new music in a live setting already has just been really fun.
Yeah, well, people love Baby, so that's and right. I'm sure I'm going to get more attention as time goes by. But I want to play the more recent song you have out, Only a Minute, and then when we come back, I want to drill down into this album and talk about the songs.
Yes. Let us play this most recent single for you guys. This one's Only a Minute.
All you said, and I wanted to hear it again. Your voice so sweet, you sounded like an angel, just like a dream, the way it's supposed to be. I knew right there you were more than a stranger. You're a gift from God to me.
World
every day down deeper in love. I still feel the rush with every touch, and oh, I know I'm never gonna let you go. 'Cause the day we met, all my prayers were answered. In only a minute, one look, I was hooked, I was in it. I saw forever in your eyes, and I couldn't think twice when you knocked me off my feet. Yeah, it was only a second. You turned my world into heaven. Baby, it's amazing what your love has done to me. In only a minute. You're a gift from God to me, and I still can't believe it. Only a minute, one look, I was hooked, I was in it. I saw forever in your eyes, and I couldn't think twice when you knocked me off my feet. Yeah, it was only a second. You turned my world into heaven. Baby, it's amazing what your love has done to me. In only a minute. Only a minute.
Welcome back to Hank's Corner. I'm Hank Jr. here with my special guest, Ashley Wineland, and you just heard Only a Minute. And, that's a good song. But not just that, and I really shouldn't be surprised when it comes from you, but you have a video that goes with it that's just really cool. And but like I said, that's something that you do. You really put a lot into your music and then your videos. But tell me specifically about this video, because you've got some pretty cool behind the scenes stuff with that. And I think cameramans were getting excited and bananas were exploding and all kinds of things. So tell me about the song, tell me about the video, give us the backstory.
Yeah, absolutely. As you've mentioned, I have so much fun with my music videos. And honestly, Wineland unintentionally has almost become a full visual album project. Outside of the last song on the record, every song on this has a music video to it. So this one in particular, for Only a Minute, was a lot of fun. We filmed it after my tour season this past year in 2025. And we got together and I was just like, I want to do something cool. Because obviously, as you just heard with the song, it's a very loving song, all about just being enraptured with that, just magnetism of finding your person. And I sat there, and anybody who's watched my videos knows that I like to kind of put some fun twists on the story. And I sat there and I said, I don't really just want to have this story play out the way it is in the song. I want to still honor it, but I want to do something different. And so when I sat down with my team, we came up with the idea that we were going to let this all kind of fantasy-like deal play out. But then the twist at the end was that it was going to just be a dream. It was going to be something we imagined, but somehow it still could possibly play out in real life, because, that's how funny life is sometimes. So yeah, that was where I got to have my little creative fun moment with this one. But of course, if you go across all the music videos from the Wineland album, you'll see that I have a blast. I love bringing the stories to life, adding some cool new elements to it that you can only experience on a visual level. And yeah, I look forward to making music videos. To me, that's one of the cherries on top of making music.
Yeah, and go ahead and plug your videographer for that. I always like to, plug them.
Yeah, so my music videos are produced by Paradox Universe, and Joseph Emba in particular is our videographer, editor, all that sort of crazy stuff. So they do a lot of amazing work. I highly would recommend you going and checking them out.
Yeah, definitely. I'm a fan of them as well. And, and that's why I actually, in the introduction, specifically described you as an entertainer. A lot of times I refer, to the guest on my show as, musicians or music artists, singer songwriters, that sort of thing. But you have the whole package. And that's why I was so excited to get you back on here, because you really are an entertainer from, the very beginning of putting the song together to getting out there on stage and, doing these videos, and even just the online stuff that you do interact with the fans. Like, you're just the whole package.
Well, thank you. That means a lot to me. Yeah, it's funny you say that, because as I sit and sometimes I talk to people, I sit and go, I don't know if I fully resonate with just the title of singer or musician, because I feel like I try to embody so much more than that. To me, my passion, what really lights me up, is in the entertainment value that we provide, to create something and give it to people and watch how they respond and react to it, and try to make it as immersive and fun as possible. And I love my Winelander crew, my peeps. I love seeing them online and getting able to like hear their thoughts on things and what they want to see, and just the fun that they have with the stuff that we create as a team on our side. So yeah, thank you. I appreciate the fact that you would put entertainer alongside my name.
Now, do you think that also contributes, because obviously you're good at what you do, but does that having that whole package kind of contribute to your success on why you think you have such a huge fan base, and they stick with you and very loyal?
I can't put words in my fans' mouth, but I would like to think that, yeah, I believe that having a dedication to the art form of music, and not even just that, but then the visual side of it with the music videos and even just what we post online and stuff, to be able to create an environment there. But even outside of that, I think putting the art even aside, what I find makes my fan base and my relationship with them so different is just that over the years, it really has felt like a community. I personally get to know so many people on a very deep level. So it makes it even more fun when they come out to shows, to have built up this rapport with them online and already have like a really strong foundation of who they are and the life that they lead. And I think even cooler yet is getting to see fans interact with other fans that they've built relationships and friendships with in the comment sections of my posts and of my videos and stuff. It's just so cool. And I've seen it multiple times now where, yeah, we're putting on a show and fans show up and they see other people that they know from the online forums and stuff. And then they have an instant friend right then and there that they met for the first time at one of the concerts. But then it's just like, you don't even have to go through the awkward phase of getting to know them. You already know them built in right there, and they spend the rest of the show together. And it's just so cool to see.
Yeah, definitely. And I had a guest on my podcast. It's been a little while, but I get to hang out with her every now and then when I go to Nashville. But Lizzie Cates, also Ryan, that she goes by now. She came out, and she's local to Nashville, but one day she just, had a fan page dedicated to her from Ireland. Has there been anywhere specifically with you that you've been surprised that, man, I got fans over there, and I would never have guessed that?
All the time, especially like when we're talking on an international level, just the amount of love. It was like every time I go into my Spotify and I go look at my stats to see where some of my most streamed locations are, Australia is super dominant. And it's like my top 5 cities of where my Spotify listeners are heavily at, especially for certain songs. It's just like Brisbane, Sydney, Melbourne, and that's just Australia. I know we have a huge following of people over in the UK and just other pockets of Europe that are really cool to see. And I mean, even going through some of the comments on like my most recent music video with Only a Minute and stuff, to see the amount of people from South America and a whole array of different countries down there, Argentina, Paraguay, like it doesn't matter. They just were like, hey, we came across the video, we found it, and we love it. And so it's honestly just really cool to see in that sense too, even for non-English predominantly English speaking countries to see how the music translates and how people can still enjoy it, even if they might not fully understand what it means. But just the language of music in itself is able to speak so much.
Yeah, definitely got a huge fan base, and like I said, they're very loyal to you. I want to go ahead and do a double play. I want to do play "Loving You Is Easy" followed by "Morning After" the night before, and when we come back, I want to dive a little bit more into the thought process of this album.
Yeah.
Well, Mama told me that I would see his day. Said the good Lord would put a good man in my way. But every time a boy came around, my daddy laid the hammer down and said, no, that was what it was. But this is how it is, what it is. I'm head over heels and I can't resist. I'm in deep, no doubt, and I don't want to get out. Loving you is easy. I want you to know I'll give you the earth and the stars and the fun below. Take me to the creature, don't need to take it slow. Let's not overthink it. Loving you is easy, this I know. Shoot your arrow straight into my heart. I know that you're the one I knew it from the start. 'Cause this is where it's at. My mind's made up and that is so good, no doubt. You know what I'm talking about. Loving you is easy. I want you to know I'll give you the earth and the stars and the fun below. Take me to the creature, don't need to take it slow. Let's not overthink it. Loving you is easy, this I know. It's easy as 1, 2, 3. You make it so easy for me. Come on, you gotta agree. Loving you is Loving you is easy. I want you to know I'll give you the earth and the stars and the fun below. Take me to the creature, don't need to take it slow. Let's not overthink it. Loving you is easy, this sounds easy. I want you to know I'll give you the earth. You make it easy. You make it easy. Don't need to take it slow. Let's not overthink it. Loving you is easy, this I know. Moonlight was on your lips. You know how I can't resist you, so I turned you up and drank you down. I don't know how to do halfway. I'm all in or nothing, baby. Look at the shape that I'm in now. Oh, way too soon the sun comes up. You might think I've had too much. I'll tell you when I've had enough. I ain't had enough. Yeah, my head is spinning. Got that first time feeling. Oh, I need to give me some more. Another taste of you. Help me make feeling. Oh, I need to give me some more. Another taste of you, help me make it through the morning after the night before, the morning after the night before, the morning after the night before, the morning after the night
And you just heard a double play of Ashley Wine music off her latest album, Wineland. I'm Hank Jr., and you're listening to Hank's Corner, and we're having a good time here. And last time we did talk, like I said, I mentioned I'm going home, and there were some other songs that we talked about because you had said you were going through a lot during that time, and you were expressing yourself through your music. Was this a change from that, or are you still expressing yourself, but your circumstances have changed?
It's still, I would say, an expression of self, but I am honestly so happy and relieved to say that it's a much healthier and more lighthearted expression of self than my last project was. And I think that's totally okay. And that's just the way like life plays out. Obviously, even though it captured 3 years worth, I got to explore some different themes and stories that I didn't really get to touch on because I just didn't have as much of the experience with them as my last record. So for this one with Wineland, honestly, you really get to see the duality. I explored the theme of love a lot on this project, and not just love, but heartbreak. And honestly, other than Crank It Up, every song kind of has something involved in that. But for me, what was really refreshing is getting to be able to produce and write songs that talked about love in a positive light. Because I sat and looked at all my past projects and I went, well, that's just sad. I didn't have anything that talked about love in its positive form. So for this project, I got to dabble in that some more. And Loving You Is Easy was such a fun one to write for that. Actually, out of any of them, it was probably the first one on the project that we wrote where I was just like, oh, this is such a feel good. And then obviously Only a Minute came down the pipeline a little bit later. But yeah, it's fun. It's bubbly. It's got such fun energy. And that's what I really love about this record is that from top to bottom, whether it's the power ballads like Tumbleweed or Only a Minute, like every song has such good forward momentum and energy to carry you through to the end of the project.
Yeah. And, from the outside looking in, it looks like it's easy, but is it really easy to put your emotions, your life, your experiences out there to the public?
No. And that's even just in the sense of like having to sit down at any given point and have an experience or a feeling or just something that has impacted you personally and try to find a way to not just put it into words, but then also to put it in a melodic idea all together in a form that you go, yeah, I think if I shared that with somebody, they would bop their head to it and, really engage with it and listen to it. Just that alone makes it hard. But also at that same time, when you're being vulnerable, when you're sharing those more personal experiences, whether they're musical or not, it can be like, oh, okay, well, we'll see how people react to this, because obviously you have your strong connection to it. And you can only hope at that point, but by the time you put it out there in the world, that not only is it a reflection of you, but that the feeling or the message is communicated strong enough that other people will also be able to relate to it in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, that's awesome. I want to go ahead and play Heartbreak Boots, and when we come back, we're going to have some fun.
Where'd you get all that confidence? Did you build it off the tears of a girl you met and then take her on a ride before you left? I bet you did. You got a reputation, so here's my Do you want to hear my take on you? Hey, you're looking like a whole lot of trouble, trouble with a capital T. Hey, I've seen you come before, you'll be running for the door, but you can't fool me. Before you come in here, you better wisen up and take off your heartbreak boots. Go on and show your love, you might just fall in love. So take off your heartbreak boots. Heartbreak boots. Heartbreak boots. Yeah. Underneath all those walls you built is a little boy there who wants to be held. He's strong enough to make a heart melt. You know this. It's not too late for you to try some other shoes and changing what you do and turn it all around tonight. Know you got some work ahead of you. Ahead of you, 'cause hey, you're looking like a whole lot of trouble, trouble with a capital T. Hey, I've seen you come before, you'll be running for the door, but you can't fool me. Before you come in here, you better wisen up and take off your heartbreak boots. Go on and show your love, you might just fall in love. So take off your heartbreak boots. Heartbreak boots. Heartbreak boots. You better keep walking. Actions speak louder than words. Hey, you're looking like a whole lot of trouble, trouble with a capital T. Hey, I've seen you come before, you'll be running for the door, but you can't fool me. Before you come in here, you better wisen up and take off your heartbreak boots. Go on and show your love, you might just fall in love. So take off your heartbreak boots. Heartbreak boots. Heartbreak boots.
And welcome back to Hank's Corner. I'm Hank Jr. here with my special guest, Ashley Wineland. And, Ashley, you're not going to get away scot-free. Now, normally in the second section that I do, I usually talk more about, the artist and musician's history, that sort of thing. But you've been on the podcast before, so I encourage the viewers to go back to episode 106 and check that part out. But you're not getting away from the two truths and a lie. So if you want to play, this is how it goes. You're going to give me 3 statements, 2 of them being true, 1 of them being lie, in any order. And I'm actually not going to have the whole podcast episode to think about it. I'm going to have to try to get it on the spot. So if you want to play, hit me with 3 statements.
All right. Okay. So for my first fun fact was that I used to compete in beauty pageants as a young teenager. The second one is that the first national act I ever opened up for was John Michael Montgomery. And the third one is that my very first experience ever singing in front of a group of people was at my aunt and uncle's karaoke parties that they used to throw.
All right. So I need to figure out if you used to compete in beauty pageants as a teenager, which I don't see why you couldn't. The first national act that you performed for was John Michael Montgomery. Great guy. I've seen him a couple times, and I know you've opened up for a lot of good acts. And I just kind of went over the stuff, and I saw some of the people that you got to rub elbows with. I'm like, that is so cool. Or I got to figure out if it's the first appearance singing was karaoke with your aunt and uncle's, I guess, parties that were going on. So this is very tricky. I don't have too much to go on, because I don't doubt that you probably opened for John Michael Montgomery. I just don't know if that's the first one. So I'm probably way off, and I'm going to say that the John Michael Montgomery's true, the karaoke's true, but you did not do beauty pageants. Let me know how I did.
You were so close.
Oh.
So, my first experience ever singing in front of a group of people was at my aunt and uncle's karaoke parties. They used to host monthly karaoke parties, and it was like a way for us to celebrate everybody's birthday because we had so many family and friends. So that was where I got kind of like my toes wet for the very, very first time ever singing in front of anybody. I did compete in beauty pageants as a young teenager. I was only for a very couple years of my young life, but it was an opportunity when I first started really getting into singing to get out and do performances and stuff in front of people. And I have opened up for John Michael Montgomery, but he was not the first one I ever opened for.
Yeah.
My first national act I ever opened up for was actually the Bellamy Brothers.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, good fact there. And, you stumped me, you got me. And maybe it's because I didn't have the whole podcast to think about it. I'm just going to say that, but definitely some fun facts. And, you mentioned birthdays. Once again, like I said, you were on my birthday podcast. Your birthday's right around the corner from the time that we're recording this. And you talk about facts. If I'm not mistaken, I remember hearing that like for your 13th or so birthday, I think you had gotten some studio time from your dad as a present.
Yeah, no, that was truly the thing to end all things. He probably is like, gosh darn it, why did I do that? No, but it really, I had been doing my music education through school. I had been experimenting with singing through like choir and activities like that, school talent shows, obviously like pageants and stuff, as we had just talked about. And he was like, yeah, she likes to sing. Wouldn't it be cool just for the experience of it to go in and just track a couple demo covers of some of her favorite country songs to have as like a thing? And, it'll be an experience she won't ever forget. And it wasn't, because I said, I really like this so much. I want to do it all the time. And here I am over 10 years later, still doing it. So
love it. What a way to start out there, and way to keep those birthday themes going between you and I. And the last song that we just played specifically was Heartbreak Boots, and I did that for a reason, because usually at the end I like talking about food, I like talking about drinks, and I saw that you like mocktails, and you had one specifically called Heartbreak Boots. Tell us how that's about, and what else do you like to put together?
Dang. Yeah, I love a good mocktail. I like to have the fun without the consequences, how I always pitch it to people. But yeah, no, Heartbreak Boots is just a fun song in general. I actually have the pleasure of being able to say Carrie Underwood is a co-writer on that one, which was super cool. So to have the opportunity to be able to go and track that was a lot of fun. But yeah, being able to tie in some of the other things I love to do in my life with music is always a blast. So yes, I made a video with a Heartbreak Boots mocktail, and that was so stinking good. I'm sitting here now going, do I want to make one tonight? Because it was just so enjoyable. But yeah, I think it's really fun to give people some fun options of like different ways to think about music and how you can like bring it to life and be inspired by art to just go and make your life even more special. Life doesn't have to be boring, okay? You just have to put in a little bit of effort sometimes to find ways to make it magical and special. And so that's what I try to do when I post videos like that, and even, fashion videos and whatnot. I think music is such a fun avenue to go and just attach it to a bunch of different things to make life even that much more sparkly and fun.
Yeah, there you go. Not only is like I said, entertainer Ashley Wineland here, but she's Ashley Wineland, making life special. I need to have the little stars and stuff that show up on here. But like I said, I haven't had the privilege of getting to see you yet in person, and I really want to do that. But one of the things that I saw in on your social media as well is some of these rituals that you have before you start the show. And I'm putting up clips of these things, and there you are driving on this little scooter, or there you are making like some of these weird noises out of your mouth and everything. Real funny things. Is that typical of before you start a show? Are you just a goofy person, through and through?
Yes, honestly, yes.
I love it.
There's
I love
nothing suave and mysterious about me. I'm a pretty open book. I love to have fun. And especially before a show, I always tell the guys, I'm like, we care a lot and we want to put on a great show. And it's serious as far as that goes. We want to execute what we do so very well. But at the same time, I always remind them, I'm like, we're here to have fun. We're here to entertain people. And if we don't look like we're having fun, how are they supposed to have fun? Because we are the, as I like to say, facilitators of a good time when we're up on stage. So I try to keep the mood very lighthearted. I love to do all sorts of funny warm-ups and stuff. And if there's the opportunity to get on a little, scooter and ride around and stuff, I'm going to do it. As long as I don't think I'm going to hurt myself, because I can be a little bit of a klutz sometimes. But all things considering, it's all about just creating a really fun environment. Like I said, we go out there, we do our jobs, and we make sure we do it well. But we also like to have a lot of fun. And in the meantime, invite people to have fun with us while we do it.
Yeah, that's awesome. And, for those who aren't already doing so, and I'm sure they probably are, but if you're not, for some reason, you're under a rock, please follow Ashley Wineland on all social medias. You can find her at ashleywineland.com, but also, buy her merchandise, because that's how artists kind of really, it's great that you get all these streams, but sometimes, you just don't make enough off of that. You need the merchandise. And did I see that there's a pillow that you have merchandise?
So I don't have a pillow that I'm selling at the moment. Okay. That was just kind of like
it's up for bids.
Little thing maybe one day. Yeah, but no, as I'm repping one of my hats today, or Drive Me to Drink hat. But yeah, merchandise honestly is one of the best ways to support any artist, not just myself, but anybody, because not to go into a rabbit hole about streams and how they don't pay anything but micro pennies. It takes a lot of streams to make a okay chunk of money. So merchandise is like, you're going to get something for it. You're going to help directly support us. It's $20 that we get to invest back into either putting like diesel fuel in our bus so we can come and play a show for you, or to make new music. It all adds up at the end of the day. But there are ways, if you do like to listen to your music digitally, that you can make an extra impact. I know it sounds antiquated, but you can still download music off iTunes. And for $1, you can have it for the rest of your life. And the artist makes 70 cents off of that $1 that you spent, as opposed to the 8 million times you'd have to stream our song on any of the other platforms in order for us to make that same 70 cents. So you still get to enjoy the song the same amount of times. But if you are a believer in supporting the arts, supporting the artists that you really care about and you want to see continue to do stuff, that's just a couple of ways that you can go and make a little bit of an extra difference at the end of the day.
Yeah, I like it. Pay to download the song, buy the merchandise, or just send money. I'm sure you got Venmo and stuff like that, and you can tip her. And who knows? And when she gets out there and does her live streams, maybe she'll play a song for you that you've been wanting to hear.
And if you are still a believer in the physical CD, like I am as well, you can also buy our physical album off my website, ashleywineland.com. The Wineland record is available. Or, of course, if you come out to a show, we'll have it there at the table, too. So whichever way you like to purchase your stuff, it is there.
That's awesome. Ashley, thanks so much for coming back on the show. I love the birthday themes that we have. I hope you enjoy your birthday. And, of course, if you ever want to be a guest again on Hank's Corner, you're more than welcome to.
Happy to, man. Thank you so much. Like I said, if you want to pick up the new record, Wineland, it is officially out now. You can listen to it online. You can buy this bad boy on our website, ashleywineland.com. please give me a follow. I would love to see you running in our comment sections and at our shows sometime soon. And Hank, always a pleasure. Hopefully we'll get to do this again much sooner than 2 years.
Definitely.